welcome to Throw in the Power. My name is Marcus.
My name is Tom, and we throw in the power here on this podcast.
Hey, welcome to Throw in the Power. My name is Frank, and we're going to throw it in today.
Oh, baby.
You were trying to cut Frank out there, weren't you?
Yeah, I did my best.
100%.
It's short and sweet. We're talking about our favourite VHS growing up.
Ooh,
Our
do you
favourite-
guys remember VHSs? They were very...
Large tapes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Video huge.
Not
Video
playing
huge.
into the acronym at all. That's fine.
Oh, you want to do they were very
Huge.
Solid.
Solid as a rock.
Very huge solids.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's great. But enough about that.
Should we do another take?
No,
Happy
it's
with
good.
this?
So
All right.
SNS, favorite or most overplayed VHS?
Yeah.
I think that's important because it's like, what did you just wear out?
Let's just name one off the top of our domes. Let's go.
The Dark Crystal.
Really?
Yeah, Louise and I.
Oh, of course it
We
is.
definitely had that, and it was.
Crystal.
I remember it distinctly because
remember you
the
having it, but that's-
packaging of it was so specific. It was this ridged for her pleasure.
For your play. Yeah.
Yellow.
Damn
on,
it.
Yeah. Sort of yellow and very, very strangely proportioned tape that stood out in your collection, like wherever you put it. And it was just like the fucking font of it and everything. I mean, we watched it so many times, it always scared me every time we watched it. But I just like remember
Tom,
always
it's a
being drawn.
horrifying movie.
It is horrifying. It's like Return to Oz style. Just like,
Yeah.
why did children watch this? But Return to Oz. The
Wait,
Dark
is
Crystal.
that's your most overplayed?
That would have been. I couldn't tell you honestly which
Can't be
one
your
was which, but I
favourite.
had. No, it wasn't my favorite, but we watched it a lot.
Sounds
a
like
lot.
torture for you.
Yeah,
What was your most overplayed? Frank?
Hercules.
that's a
Great.
good call.
Absolutely.
that's such a good
Bless
choice.
my soul. Hercules on a road.
That's a great
You know, we
choice.
made a shit joke at the start about very huge solids. Maybe we should explain what VHSs are in case anyone under 20 is listening.
We
I said
established it earlier.
It's a big tape. Plays video.
Very
Oh,
huge
okay.
solid.
My
Big
bad.
tape. You know, like a tape, like a cassette
I still
tape.
think they're just like, I'm lost. I don't know what
Okay.
you're talking about.
Imagine you got
I was speaking today to people who were like, no, I'm a DVD
kid.
kid. And I'm
Oh,
like,
it's awful.
shit.
I was on the cusp of it. Like, we stopped having VHSs by the time I was like 8. But like, I had VHSs for.
Yeah, that's because you're rich and you're
Yeah.
like, we've got a DVD player.
I know one for a fact that you, Tom, played a lot,
Go
and
on.
it drove me insane. It was like the Chinese water torture.
Was it the shower scene in Starship Troopers?
Well, I just had an original print of that. I had a reel that Verhoeven sent me.
Reel to reel. Thanks, Paul Verhoeven.
It was Puff the Magic Dragon.
Okay, the Dark Crystal and Puff. No wonder you're a fucking stoner. Slander. It's not true. Don't do drugs.
Kind of accurate.
I see that as being possible, but I also think you might be wrong.
I think I was in some sort of Black Mirror episode as a child where I was stuck on Flinders Island in a shack where it was pouring with rain for a week straight.
Oh my gosh.
And all you ate was a lifetime supply of TikTok cookies
Goddamn right.
and watched Puff the Magic Dragon on goddamn repeat.
I
Okay.
think you are wrong. Do you
I
want me
am
to,
so
do you want me to
right.
tell
Sorry.
you what I think it was instead?
Not Pete the Magic Dragon.
I think it was HR Puff and stuff.
Oh dear God,
It was, yeah.
Sorry,
That's
you
all right.
melted my
It
brain.
was
What's
HR Puff and stuff. HR Puff and stuff was this insanely cursed British show about a big puppet. HR Puff and stuff.
yes.
Can't give a look because you can't get enough. And it had Dodger, Jack Wilde in it from
God,
Oliver.
it was.
And it was.
This is my Vietnam.
This is crazy, right? And I was
Marcus
like,
is-
the reason I knew, I was like, I don't remember Puff the Magic Dragon, but I remember HR Puff and stuff. I watched the shit out of HR Puff and stuff. Couldn't tell you what it's about or what happens in it. There's an evil witch at some
Did you eat
point.
the TikTok pickies?
Yeah, so you had to know the time before you could eat them. That's how I learned the time. Because I would get them out
He
and I would
still
have to
hasn't
say
learned
to
the time.
Mum,
He
yeah, I
still
never.
hasn't
I would just be like, oh, whoops.
And nowadays it's just a digital clock. You're like, 7:45. That's tough. Can I tell a story of being stuck on an island? I was in Indonesia.
Did you make friends with a
Castaway.
A volleyball?
No.
Yeah.
When I was in
The
Indonesia.
volleyball and him did not get along, actually.
Yeah,
The only
it was
person that
volatile.
could like him still didn't.
Volatile ball. Oh, yeah. I was on an island in Indonesia teaching English in an orphanage.
Which is weird because you can't read. Continue. Man, that you
I was
really
trying to get
set
some props.
them up to
I was
fail.
trying to get some props. And all they had was it was a burnt DVD of George of the Jungle, but it was only the first 60 minutes.
Oh, I remember you telling me
told me
this.
this
So we just had to watch the first half of George of the Jungle over and over again. Every night. It was like, movie night.
Hey.
What are we going to watch?
That's a good half.
Oh, great. It was, what are you going to do?
Watch out for that Frank.
Doesn't Thomas Hayden Church hook up with a gorilla at the end of that movie?
Ursula?
No, she.
I
Or
found
am
her scrunchie.
Am I thinking of H.R. Pufnstuf?
Yeah.
Let's Puff the Magic Dragon.
All right, let me tell you mine.
Go on.
Gone.
My most overplayed as a child was the double cassette VHS of Aladdin and Aladdin and the 40 Thieves.
Oh, the sequel with the really good animation.
I watched both a lot.
No,
Like
Jafar. Return of Jafar is the
Return-
second.
Oh, no.
I think you're
There's
right.
because I
and
think there's three.
Was it
King
three?
of Thieves is the third, I think, because it's his
King of
dad,
Thieves,
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there 3 films?
I'm
I forgot about Return of
pretty sure,
Jafar.
but I've had this conversation before where I was wrong.
Oh, no.
So I don't know which one comes first. But it does go. It is
memory
Return
has
of
failed
Jafar
me.
and King of Thieves are definitely the sequels, but I don't know
Wild.
which is which. I think I've seen King of Thieves more than I've
Me
seen
too.
the
Return
first
of Jafar.
Aladdin. Like
Oh, okay.
any of them. I've just watched King of Thieves so many
Please
times.
Yeah, yeah, true. So you've got
3.
4.
What?
Return of Jafar is number 2. King
Yeah.
of Thieves 3. Creatures of Invention number 4. Okay,
No,
there's two.
what?
There's a lot after that. They
Okay.
just become
No.
very. But the first 3 are the King of Thieves is a good
I
movie.
watched a lot of those 3 as a
I
kid.
would watch that again.
Now, my favourite VHS, Men in Black.
Oh,
Sure.
we had that in VHS.
And I watched it a lot too.
You know the difference between you and me is.
I make this look good.
Yeah, good line. Man, Will Smith used to be cool.
He did. That's a great movie. And on VHS was a lot of plays.
We had the trilogy set, special edition, like you said about the special crystal, whatever it's called. It was in a Darth Vader. God,
I know Star Wars.
Darth Vader face, and you pulled it out, and you had the first 4
Of Men in
Star
Black.
Wars.
That's so weird that they had a Darth Vader face for that.
No,
You think
Darth-
they would have gone with
Darth
some-
Mater.
Oh, it was Darth Vader for that one.
Yeah, they were Mater testing.
That's actually really
What
cool.
am I made of money?
Do you know
that's
the,
good too.
do you
Mine's
know-
better.
Fun fact.
Fun fact.
The Titanic
Oh.
VHS
Yeah.
was in 2 parts.
Yeah.
Literally
I
had
think
to like
Mum might have had that.
cut an intermission.
And maybe I watched it once.
Was it?
Yeah, you literally had
I
to
feel like I had that.
eject one and put the second one in because
Yeah.
it was so they couldn't
Like
fit it
Gone
on
with
one
the Wind and Lawrence of Arabia style. They had to have
Yeah.
the 2 tapes for it.
3 classics.
They're on like cassette, like audiobook.
they would have been on like.
Yeah. I mean,
Radio.
I think
Lawrence.
they used to have them on this thing where they had carvings on paper that you used to have
Parchment.
to parchment.
Oh, yes.
And you'd have to
I remember
try
this
and decipher it.
from my biblical
But most
days.
people would have to go to Indonesia to try and work out what it all said.
They
So
taught me
They
English.
were teaching you how to read.
We didn't have it on VHS, but when I was growing up, we lived in Florida. God, I've had a life, haven't I?
You lived in Florida growing up?
Yeah, I'm cool.
I didn't fucking know that. Did you know that?
Don't make me sing.
It wasn't for long. Anyway, Jaws played on TV every day, and we would watch Jaws every day, and I am
Your
horrified.
sisters tortured you
Tortured
while you were
me,
in
yeah.
the shower.
Yeah.
See, Jaws is one of Kyle's favorite films, but he's afraid of the ocean because of it.
Yeah,
as well.
yeah.
It's like,
If I watch it, I think it's a good film.
Huh.
But I know it so well because we watched it, 50 times.
Ratatouille is one of my favorite films, but I'm terrified of
Terrified of
restaurants.
kitchens.
There you go.
This is fun.
But
This
you,
is fun doing-
I'm
but you're
terrified of the
like-
service industry.
Yes.
I'm terrified of
Aren't we all?
sliced capsicum.
No, I think
Cucumber.
Tom's terrified of the concept of a real job.
That's a very good point.
It's true. It's true.
This is my only job.
And you're doing a great job.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
it doesn't even
Honey,
get paid.
honey.
I shrunk.
blew up.
Oh, the big one.
Honey, I blew up the kid.
Where they go to Vegas.
That is not the better film.
It's the one I watched the most.
But it's not the better
I
film.
ran that one into the ground.
Arguably.
That tape just started spinning
Honey, I
without
Shrunk the
me.
Kids is easily the best film.
I think I've seen it twice.
really
I've seen
doing
Honey,
this.
I Blew Up the Kid a hundred
I mean, Rick
times.
Moranis, we should talk about him. He retired to take care of his
Am I
family.
going to have to?
What a good man.
I'm going to have to bring this to the pod, aren't I?
Yeah, Honey, I
Honey, I
Blew Up
Shrunk
the
the
Kids.
Kid.
Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
It's pretty dark. They almost die.
Why don't we do the third one that no one knows about? Honey, I Shrunk
Honey, the
Ourselves.
kids. Honey, the kids stayed
Honey,
the
the
same.
kids.
Honey, the Kids Shrunk,
Honey, the
they
kids are
did.
missing. It just turns into like a crime procedural.
I have a particular set of skills. Yeah.
Honey, the kids have been kidnapped.
They've been taken. They've been taken. Would have been a better line.
It's so dark.
Wow. Okay.
Sorry.
Anyone else with some VHS?
Yes.
Yeah,
The Mummy.
You don't have VHS.
We had The Mummy on VHS.
We had.
Oh God, I wish I did.
I mean, that's amazing. The Lion King, but
I think everyone has that.
Simba's Pride, Lion King 2, but Lion King 3, now it's called Lion King 1.5, is the Timon and Pumbaa story. Have you seen this one?
It's like the Rosencrantz and Guildenstern, where it's like, what were they doing the whole time that other stuff was
it's
going on?
Rosencrantz and Guildenstern.
So Indonesia just didn't take those kids
Salamat pagi.
all for nothing.
We should have almost excluded Disney in a way because it's like as a child
So
growing up,
many
with
of
VHS,
it.
because
it's
that's-
like of course we played them all. Like the Jungle Book, I smashed on VHS as well.
Didn't have it.
We had a lot of direct to VHS Disney stuff.
The sequel
definitely.
stuff. It's crazy.
Fantasia,
Fantasia was one.
What?
I had
No
I had
way.
Cinderella.
Awful.
Love Fantasia.
World's worst movie.
I definitely watched it a few
You're
times.
just not cultured, Frank.
I don't understand it. There's
Don't
no
get,
words.
You don't get music like I do.
That's true.
Cinderella 2 had on VHS. Definitely, I watched
What
that.
happened to
like,
Cinderella
That-
2?
That sounds like a
Cinderella
sin.
2
She goes back to
it's
sleep.
an anthology, and one of them is about the evil stepsisters getting laid.
Oh, Rosencrantz and Guildenstern.
Exactly.
Yeah, what
it's
did
a
the sisters
it's a
do?
three-way. Sorry. Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah. That's. I don't think she gets laid. I don't think there's a sex scene in it. But yeah, it is like.
But they're trying to.
Yeah, they're trying to hook her up with someone. Definitely. The Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers.
On
We
VHS.
had that. We had Fellowship of the Ring on DVD, and we had The Two Towers on VHS, and I don't know why.
Parties at your house sound fun.
Yeah, it was weird. All right, guys, format shift. Get ready. It's going to get worse.
Bringing out a different TV as well.
The old rolling.
We need to heat it up first. We like crank it.
Rotary crank. We had
shit.
the 3 special edition Lord of the Rings, and I watched the special features on that every day after school.
I watched a lot of the special features first.
That's
It was
just
great.
Why doesn't that exist anymore? We were just talking off mic about the Matt Damon Hot Ones interview where he's like, well, the DVD industry doesn't exist anymore, so you can't make mid-budget movies because you either have to spend a heap to make $1 billion or you spend $12 and, it doesn't matter because it's so cheap.
Yeah.
But like now that we don't have DVDs, you can't, what's the word? I was going to say subjugate.
Yeah.
Subsidise.
Thank you. The income when you're like, oh, cinema was this, but now we've got DVDs coming out and the income.
But this is it.
catch up.
They killed VHS. They killed DVD. They've now killed effectively cinema attendance.
Yeah.
It's all streaming.
Nah, cinema's back.
I hope.
I'm just glad that Matt Damon's doing indie films with the likes of Christopher Nolan now, just trying to keep the cinema alive. That's good of him.
Well, like, what's he going to do? That's the problem
I think
with the
it's
market.
going to be a good movie. He's looking very jacked. I'm sure it's going to be a lot
They're
of
all
fun.
on
But like,
steroids.
there's part of me
Ugh.
that I do sometimes hear Matt Damon say stuff like that. And I'm like, good, you have the insight to know what's going on. Do you want to fund some more mid-budget movies, maybe? And he's like, oh, well, that's risky. I'm like, oh, then what are you talking about? Like, I'm sorry, man. You're in the position to leverage this more than almost anyone else. I agree with him. It's a good assessment. But there's a little part of me that's like,
Well,
it's
fix
almost
it,
like when Joe
obviously.
Biden used to be like, this is not going right. Someone should really
Jennifer Coolidge?
talk to the president about this. Yes, Jennifer Coolidge.
Joe, you are the president. Oh,
No.
that's great.
Gosh.
All right.
Wow.
I'm taking the dog.
Asshole. Does she call him asshole?
Who knows?
That would have been a good
I didn't have
VHS
Legally
classic.
Blonde on
Legally Blonde.
VH. Yeah.
I think I'm out at that point. I think that's most of my VHS. I remember.
Do you guys still have any?
No.
They're
Absolutely
gone.
not.
To burn them in a fire.
I think
during the great VHS burning of 03.
You remember Liberation?
Yes.
I think at my dad's house in Adelaide, I still have a lot of my old ones.
Dadelaide.
And I think The Lion King's in that collection.
Come on.
Thank you. Dadelaide's actually pretty good.
Thank you.
Never thought of that till now. Thank you. I'll take the credit.
Should we wrap it up?
Yeah,
that was
I think so.
short.
Just like a VHS, when you're done with it, you got to wrap it up.
Be kind, rewind. Is that what they say?
That's a pretty good movie.
Sure.
I've never seen it.
It's weird.
Jack Black.
Yeah. Michelle Gondry, Mos Def.
Michelle McHale-Gondry.
Yeah. There's a scene where Jack Black plays Miss Daisy and Mos Def plays Morgan Freeman's character for driving Miss Daisy. And it's uncomfortable.
Great. I'm really glad we ended our
Thanks
episode that
for
way.
listening.
Excuse me. Thanks for listening to Throwing the Pow. My name is Frank.
And I'm Punk.
That was our favourite VHSs. Send us a DM. Tell us your favourite VHSs or DVD, depending if you had VHS. What's your favourite movie to stream? What's your comfort movie? What do you just want to put on when it's a rainy day? Hey, we love you. Thanks for listening. Don't.
Shut up, Tom.
You were on a run there.